If you have ever loved an Aries, or if you are one, you already know that this sign does not do love halfway. Aries is ruled by Mars, the planet of desire, drive, and raw passion. When an Aries falls, they fall fast. When they choose you with their whole chest. And when they fight for you, there is no one more fiercely loyal in the entire zodiac. This is the complete guide to how Aries loves, what they need, what they give, where it goes wrong, and what the evolved Aries partner looks like when the fire is finally under control. Mars energy in love is not subtle. It is direct, physical, and urgent. Aries expresses affection through action, showing up, fixing things, defending you, planning adventures, making the first move. They are not always fluent in long emotional monologues. But they will drive across town at midnight because you sounded upset. They will confront someone who disrespected you without being asked. For Aries, love is something you do, not just something you say. Aries does not ease into love. There is rarely a long period of cautious ambiguity. The moment an Aries feels the spark, they tend to know, and they move toward it. They text first. They ask you out. They say what they feel before overthinking talks them out of it. This can feel intoxicating to partners who are used to mixed signals. It can also feel overwhelming to signs that need more time to trust. But for Aries, hesitation in love often feels like dishonesty. If they feel it, they want you to know. The pursuit phase with Aries is rarely quiet. Expect bold gestures, direct compliments, and a confidence that can be disarming. They do not play hard to get, they play hard to ignore, which is different. An Aries who is interested will make it obvious. They will create moments, not wait for them. They will treat romance like an adventure worth starting now, not someday. If you are wondering whether an Aries likes you, you probably are not wondering. You already know. The Aries love language is action at scale. Grand romantic gestures are not performative for this sign, they are genuine. A rooftop dinner they planned in 2 hours. A surprise trip because they saw something that reminded them of you. A public declaration that would make a Libra nervous and a Cancer melt. Aries shows love by creating experiences, by making you feel chosen in ways that are visible and memorable. Words matter less than the effort behind the gesture. For many signs, romance is comfort. For Aries, romance is momentum. They want a partner who can keep up, who laughs at high speed, who says yes to the spontaneous plan, who treats the relationship like something alive rather than something settled. Sitting on the couch every weekend is fine sometimes. But an Aries in love needs forward motion. Shared goals, shared challenges, shared victories. When love becomes routine without any spark of adventure, Aries starts to feel like the fire is going out. What you see is what you get with Aries, and that includes in love. They are refreshingly direct about what they want, what they do not want, and how they feel. There is little passive aggression, little silent treatment designed to make you guess. This honesty can sting. Aries will tell you the truth when you ask, and sometimes when you do not. But partners who value clarity over games often find this deeply relieving. You never have to decode a 3-day silence wondering what you did wrong. Once an Aries commits, loyalty is not a question, it is a default setting. They will stand between you and the storm without being asked. They will defend you in rooms you are not in. They take the side of the people they love with a ferocity that can surprise even them. Betrayal is the one wound Aries does not forgive easily. But genuine loyalty, once earned, is returned with a devotion that feels almost protective, like having someone in your corner who never sits down. Here is the paradox: Aries fights hard, but they do not hold grudges the way other signs do. An argument that felt nuclear at noon can be genuinely over by dinner. They explode, they express, they release, and then they move forward. This is not the same as resolving the underlying issue. Sometimes Aries moves on before the problem is actually fixed. But the emotional residue that other signs carry for weeks? Aries often leaves it on the battlefield and walks away lighter. The central tension in loving in Aries is this: they want deep connection and fierce independence at the same time. They need a partner, not a parent. They need closeness, but not suffocation. Two mountain peaks connected by a bridge, that is the Aries relationship ideal. Emotionally bonded, but each still standing on their own ground. Partners who need constant reassurance or who treat love as merger rather than meeting may feel shut out. Aries is not pulling away from you. They are staying themselves for you. Never try to make an Aries smaller so you feel safer. The independence is not a rejection of you, it is the condition under which they can love you authentically. The moment they feel controlled, managed, or monitored, the warrior instinct activates and they push back hard. The partners who thrive with Aries are the ones who have their own life, their own passions, their own fire, and who meet in the middle rather than trying to contain the ram. Aries is bored by easy. In love, they need a partner who challenges them, intellectually, physically, emotionally. Someone who pushes back with wit. Someone who has their own opinions and is not impressed by bravado alone. Playful sparring, heated debate, mutual respect between two strong people, this is foreplay for Aries. A partner who agrees with everything, who has no edges, who never surprises them, that partner will eventually feel like wallpaper. Physical and emotional passion run on the same circuit for Aries. When the connection is alive, it is visible, in the way they look at you, the energy when you enter a room, the inability to keep their hands off you in appropriate and inappropriate moments alike. This is not shallow. For Aries, passion is proof of life. When it fades, they worry the relationship is dying. Keeping the spark alive is not optional maintenance, it is the whole engine. Arguments with Aries are intense and short. They say what they mean in the moment, often louder than necessary, often sharper than intended. The fuse is real. So is the recovery. What partners need to understand is that Aries often fights from passion, not from cruelty. They care so much that frustration comes out as fire. The healthiest Aries partners learn to pause before the explosion. The healthiest partners of Aries learn not to match fire with fire, but to stand firm without escalating. The shadow side of Aries in love is self-focus. When unchecked, the ram can become so absorbed in their own goals, moods, and impulses that their partner becomes background noise. They may not notice you had a hard day because they are consumed by their own project. They may make plans without consulting you because deciding felt faster than discussing. This is not malice, it is the blind spot of a sign that leads by moving first. Naming it clearly is the first step to outgrowing it. Aries and Leo, perhaps the Zodiac's most magnetic fire pairing. Both signs understand the need for admiration, excitement, and grand expression. They energize each other rather than draining each other. Both lead, but in different registers. Aries initiates, Leo radiates. Together they feel like a power couple not because they perform it, but because the chemistry is genuinely combustible. The challenge is two big egos in one room. The gift is two people who never bore each other. Aries and Sagittarius share the love of adventure that other pairings only pretend to understand. Neither sign wants to be trapped. Both want growth, exploration, and laughter at high velocity. This is the couple that travels without a plan and somehow has the best time. Conflicts happen, but both signs recover quickly and genuinely want the other to be free. If there is a warning, it is commitment. Both can be restless. But as a love story, it reads like an epic. Aries and Gemini create one of the Zodiac's most mentally alive pairings. Gemini's wit and curiosity match Aries' speed and decisiveness. Conversation never runs dry. Plans change constantly and both are fine with it. Aries gives Gemini direction, Gemini gives Aries flexibility. The shadow is depth, Gemini can skim the surface when Aries wants emotional presence, and Aries can overwhelm when Gemini needs space to think. But the spark is real and often surprising. Aries and Cancer is one of the zodiac's most challenging pairings, not because either sign is wrong, but because their needs run in opposite directions. Aries moves fast and speaks directly. Cancer moves carefully and needs emotional safety before opening. What Aries experiences as honesty, Cancer can experience as blunt force. What Cancer needs as reassurance, Aries can experience as neediness. It can work, but it requires both signs to learn a language neither speaks naturally. Aries and Capricorn frustrate each other in predictable ways. The ram wants to move now, the goat wants a plan. Aries sees Capricorn as slow and controlling. Capricorn sees Aries as reckless and immature. Beneath the friction, though, there is potential. Capricorn grounds Aries' fire into something lasting, and Aries pushes Capricorn out of excessive caution. This pairing succeeds when both respect what the other provides rather than trying to convert them. Every sign pairing can work with intentional compromise. For Aries, that means learning to pause, to ask before deciding, to listen before responding, to check in before assuming. It means recognizing that your partner's pace is not an insult to your urgency. And for partners of Aries, it means honoring the fire rather than trying to extinguish it, giving space without withdrawing, being direct without being harsh, and understanding that when Aries shows up loudly, they are often showing up at all. What Aries needs most from a partner, and what they struggle most to ask for, is permission to be vulnerable. The armor is not who they are. It is what they learn to wear. A partner who creates safety without condescension, who can handle the soft version of the warrior without losing respect for the strong one, unlocks something in Aries that most people never see. When an Aries cries in front of you, that is not weakness. That is the highest form of trust they know how to give. The evolved Aries in love is one of the most compelling partners in the zodiac. Still passionate, but the fire is controlled. Still direct, but the words are chosen. Still independent, but they turn toward you as often as they charge ahead. They fight for the relationship the way they once fought for their ego. They have learned that real strength includes patience, listening, and the courage to stay when leaving would be easier. This is Aries at full maturity, and it is worth the wait. Loving in Aries is not for the faint of heart. But for those who can match the energy, respect the independence, and hold steady through the fire, the reward is a partner who loves with a fullness most people only read about. If this resonated, comment your sign and your Aries story below. Subscribe for our full Aries compatibility series, every sign, ranked and explained. The ram charges forward. Make sure you are ready to ride. Go love boldly. Go love honestly. And if you are an Aries, go love like the first sign of the zodiac should, first, fully, and without apology.